Let's play! Whoa! Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and welcome back to Let's Play Professor Layton and the Last Specter. Last time we left off, we began this game, the fourth game in the series, the first of the prequel trilogy, and we have apparently this new assistant, or I should say our first assistant, I guess. I keep calling her Emma. It's Emmy. I forgot her last name. Alvatra, something or not. It's been a couple hours since my last recording, and I was doing a bunch of things. Anyway, her name's Emmy, and apparently Dean hired her to be our assistant, and she seems to be holding well, but there's just a lot of things going on here, and it looks like Clark, aka Mr. Triton, aka Luke's father, apparently sent a letter saying there's like a giant specter ghost thing that's destroying his town of Misthallery. He is the mayor here. Although apparently we found out that he never actually sent the letter. It's like, I wonder who did. So Layton wants to go say hi to Luke, his son. Says he hasn't seen him since he was a baby. But before we do so, we are in the parlor. Let's go ahead and get those 3 hint coins. One's going to be on the bag, or I don't know if it's like a pillow, one of the cushions right next to Clark there on the left. One's going to be on the coat rack right next to the mirror, and the other's going to be on that plate on the mantle there. Now if we actually look into the mirror, that gives us a puzzle. This mirror is so polished I nearly greeted my reflection. A mirror reflects, but sometimes it can also complicate a problem. Take this puzzle for example. Oh god, here we go. Mirror Ballroom. It's all too easy to get lost in this big, dusty hall. There are 14 mirrors set out in some sort of strange arrangement here. You're trying to find a way out, but your only clues are a small arrow on the floor and a laser pointer bearing the words exit indicated by larger arrow. Which door is the exit? Alright, I can tell this is gonna... Well, they mentioned reflections and whatnot, and it's gonna be our job to determine where the laser pointer is actually reflecting. So, let's see. Okay. Well, if it's going there, it's going to hit this wall, right? Now, with that type of angle, it should bounce kind of straight down, and same thing here. You know why, like, sometimes, like, I kind of know, like, these angles a little bit more? Besides, in my opinion, common sense. If you guys ever played, I think it was the Rugrats Search for Reptar on the PS1. There was a golf minigame one, and a lot of it had to do with how you bounce off the mini golf ball against the curves. That's kind of reminds me of. So that's that. Now see, this isn't like fully 45 degrees, so I think it's going to go up slightly. And, well, we can kind of see what's happening here, right? I think we saw it a little bit earlier on, but the larger arrow is pointing to B.
I'll handle this one, Professor. That puzzle was no problem.
No, it wasn't. Very focused. The beam from the laser pointer creates a really large arrow that points to B. That must be the exit. I'm very impressed, Emmy. So I've proven myself worthy enough to be your assistant? But of course, I never doubted your abilities, Emmy. Okay, I still don't trust you. For the main reason, like, where the hell were you starting with Curious Village? It could be a good reason. Maybe she went on doing her own thing, but I don't know. Master Luke has been holed up in his room for a while now. I can't even tidy up in there. Is this sort of behavior typical for Luke? Oh no, he's usually quite lively. He's such a good little boy. If you ask me, it's because his mother has been gone for so long. That's hard on a child, you know. He's quite mature for his age, but he's a rather sensitive boy. Where's Luke's room? Upstairs at the end of the hall. Thank you. Alright, I guess we can go say hi. Now that we're on the second floor hall, 3 more hint coins. One's going to be on the candle there in the top left. One's going to be on the placemats right beside the door. or, be out in front of a door, and one's going to be on the flowers, or, yeah, like basically on the potted flowers there. Okay. Well, I guess we can, well, can I go to this door on the left, though? I don't think that this is Luke's room. This appears to be Clark's study. Clark seems to be a tidy fellow. He always was very organized. I can learn a few things from him. Well, let's... actually, I don't even know if there are coins in here. I mean, there should be. I'm trying to find where they're at. Okay, so one's going to be in a pile of books there on the right-hand side of the desk. One's going to be on the hat rack. One's going to be, I guess, like in a set of books, encyclopedias, and that glass shelf on the right. Okay. Let's head back out and go ahead and go to Luke's room.
Maybe he's sleeping.
Perhaps. Luke? My name is Herschel Layton. I'm a friend of your father's. Could we talk for a moment?
Certainly. But first, you'll have to solve my door puzzle.
Your door puzzle? Ah, I see. Luke needs to test our metal with a puzzle.
That's so cute, Professor. Let's do it.
So we shall.
If you are truly the esteemed Herschel Layton, then this puzzle should be no problem. You will have 15 seconds to perform a specific action in front of the door. Just a second, young one. How are we to know exactly what it is we're supposed to do? You may search the area outside my door as much as you like.
And when we're ready to perform this action, whatever it may be, we should let you know?
Correct. But I will tell you now, you can't do anything to solve this puzzle.
Why was that highlighted in red, though? Examine the area thoroughly by tapping objects with your stylus. When you think you know what to do, call Luke and good luck. What must you do in order for Luke to open the door? Luke will let you in only if you perform a certain action. But the thing is, I don't know why they're not doing it here, but he literally said you can't do anything to solve this puzzle. And I think there's a reason why it was said like that.
Is this the picture of Misthallery?
I believe so. The town looks quite magical when it's enveloped in mist. Enveloped, whatever.
Professor, wait. Do you think there's a hint for opening the door hidden within this picture? Let me take a closer look.
I don't see anything here. It appears that Dolan has left Luke's lunch outside his door.
Luke, if you don't come out and get your lunch, it'll get cold.
And I just may end up eating it all myself.
If you're really that hungry, you can have it.
Well, that didn't work.
Luke, can I ask you a question? You just did.
Cute. You said that we must do something from the door. How will we know we did it? I mean, how can you tell from behind a closed door?
Even though I can't see you, I'll know what you're doing from here.
Really? And how's that?
I can speak no more. You'll just have to figure it out from there.
He'll know even if he can't see you. So what is he looking for here? I think it's another big hint. It's not something that has to do with sight. I think it's something to do with just hearing.
This card says happy 7th birthday. Oh, how adorable.
This must have been one of Luke's birthday presents.
Aw, this little stuffed teddy is so soft. Don't touch my bear!
Well, this seems to be rather important to him, Emmy. Perhaps we should let it alone for now.
I was just looking at it.
Relax, Luke.
This plate looks handmade. The number 2 is impressed on it. Oh, and there's something written on the back of it. Put the plate back so the back of its back is facing the door. Professor, I think my brain just melted.
It's not difficult if you take your time with it.
Be sure to examine anything near your feet. Not that it matters. There's nothing you can do to get through this door.
Alright, so I have an idea. We're ready, Luke.
Do you know what you have to do?
I believe so, yes.
Professor, are you sure? Then let's begin. Please stand in front of the door. Remember, you can't do anything to solve this puzzle.
And I think that he means that literally. We can't and we shouldn't do anything because the action was to call his name. He can hear if we did it correctly. And there you go.
That is what you had to do.
You can't do anything to solve this puzzle. Or in other words, to solve this puzzle, you can't do anything. Nothing was the thing we had to do to solve this riddle. An interesting puzzle, Luke.
So, even from inside his room, you could hear us if we did something.
Now, Luke, are you convinced that we are who we say we are? Luke, will you open the door now?
As I promised.
A clever puzzle, Luke. Your letter. I thought you might want it back.
Professor, you think Luke wrote the letter?
Clark was never a fan of typed correspondence. He always wrote his letters out in longhand. Moreover, only someone very close to Clark would know about our past together. This someone would know I could never ignore a friend in need.
Are you really Professor Layton?
Is this true, Luke? How could you do something like this? What were you thinking? Were you even thinking at all? Here now. Don't you turn your back on me again.
Clark, please.
Forgive me. The boy has barely spoken to me in the last 6 months. He's been so withdrawn since the appearance of the Specter, I don't know what else.
Very soon, the world will end.
What the hell, Luke? You're kind of scared me, buddy. So I guess he's 7 years old here. So did we ever get like an actual year or like how old he is in like the original trilogy? Because I was assuming like, I don't know, 10 to 12 or something like that. I don't know. The end of the world. What do you mean by that?
I mean what I just said. Luke, you can't say something like that and not elaborate.
He just won't open up to anyone. He wasn't always like this. When he does speak, it's only to say something inscrutable, as you saw. Prophecies. Absurd. Prophecies? It's all my fault. What are you talking about, Clark? I'm sorry. I have urgent business I must attend to in my study. We can discuss this later. Luke, Mr. Layton's a close friend. Please talk with him. Perhaps you could even help him. Thank you, Herschel. I'm afraid that it is time for Master Luke to retire.
What, now? We're right in the middle of something. It's still light out.
Nevertheless, it is bedtime. If I may, Dolan, I'd like to ask Luke just one more thing. Luke, though the town has been repeatedly attacked by the Specter, no one has been injured. It seems that an oracle alerts the townspeople about which areas to evacuate from. Luke, I believe that you are this oracle. Am I correct?
What?
Absurd. Luke, I must ask you a very important question. Do you know when the Specter will appear next? Master Luke will not stand for such balderdash. Please leave at once.
Tonight. The Specter will appear tonight. But how could you know that?
Tonight.
If you want, I can also show you where it will appear next.
I would very much like that, Luke. Master Luke, this joke is in poor taste.
Please don't tell my father about this, Dolan.
Master Luke, are you certain this is okay?
Yes. Dolan, did you tell the townspeople? Did you tell them about the Specter just as before?
I did. I will make a final tour of the area to ensure that everyone is gone.
But then where will the Specter appear tonight? Great Ellie Street, whatever.
Then we must go now. Even if we can't stop the Specter, we must confirm Luke's prediction. Good luck. This definitely is, interesting. What the hell is going on with Luke here? Luke foretells. Luke seems to be able to predict precisely where and when the Spectre will appear, but how? I find it hard to see how Luke can predict the Spectre's appearance without ever leaving his house. And the thing is, like, I always say, like, you know, a lot of the games in the series, a lot of mysteries can be solved very logically, but once again, I don't want to spoil too much, but Unwanted Future kind of shot that out of the damn water a little bit, so just saying. Anyway, now that we're in Luke's room, we have 3 other hint coins we can grab here, including one on the pillow on his bed, one on the rug or the carpet on the ground, and one on the very right-hand side. I think the toy airplane or whatever that is on top of his bookshelf. There we are.
Dolan, please don't tell Father that I'm going out.
Very well, Master Luke. Misthallery can be dangerous at night, even for those with the secrets. Do be careful.
Thank you, Dolan. I will.
Professor Layton, Luke seems set on accompanying you. I trust you will look after him. I know Dolan doesn't sound like that at all, but yeah, I'm just messing around. Alright, now we can head out. And if we want to, we can check out the study here. Since we already know we grabbed all 3 hint coins here, we don't have to worry about that, but let's speak with Clark here now he's in the study. I'm sorry, Layton. I'm afraid the timing for our reunion is less than ideal. I'm sure you understand. I must deal with this Spectre, and Luke has been so distant lately. Of course, no mayor or father is without a share of concerns. I will start investigating the Spectre. You try to get some rest. Yes, thank you, Layton. You're a good friend. If you are in need of anything, don't hesitate to ask. Alright. Let's head back out then. Before we head out, we can speak to Beth, because she has a puzzle for us.
Are you sure you should be going out this late, little Luke? Beth, you won't... I mean, can you please... keep it a secret from your father? Oh, of course, don't worry. Oh, but Mr. Professor, can I trouble you for some help?
Of course, madam. Whatever's the matter.
Dolan, he's the butler, mind you, scrawled out this note, but I can't for the life of me read it.
A note? But please allow me. Dear God, is chicken scratch. Certain curtains. The butler left a note with instructions, but it's hard to read because he seems to have written it in a hurry. It says, don't forget curtain 13. Okay. Yet there are only 4 curtains labeled A, B, C, and D. Which of these curtains was he referring to? 13. Now, I'm not really sure if we're able to actually see an actual number. What I am thinking is, like, is there, like, a symbol instead of, like, being, like, 13, is it, like, a fly with a butt, something to do with an ass, like the 3? I don't know. I'm kind of doubting that. I mean, A and B look kind of similar. I mean, they're tied off to the right-hand side. C and D are the ones that have a little bit more unique visuals to it. Don't forget curtain 13. I don't know. I'm not sure how else we can look at this because I'm not seeing anything really standing out with the curtains themselves. And I'm not necessarily seeing a symbol from don't forget curtain 13, although it has to be in there. Okay. Let's invoke my rule of like let's look up a hint, and see if I can kind of take it from there. Here we are. Did the butler mean to write 13? Well, God, I'm telling you, sometimes these hints can be ridiculous. Perhaps he was in such a hurry, his handwriting obscured the true meaning of his message. Rushing can lead one to make mistakes, you know. Okay, so obviously something is up with 13. Like, it's not... I've thought about this, like, it's not 13. But what else could it be? You know what? And I was just rereading it, and my eyes crossed a teeny bit, and I'll write it out, actually. 13. Or is that a B? That's what he meant.
Some puzzles must be met directly.
Now, I will admit, like...
No puzzle is without an answer.
I don't know, because I guess the puzzle states, oh, it's going to be curtains A, B, C, or D. You know, pick one. But it seems like in reality, it's literally labeled curtain A, curtain B, etc. It's like, now why the hell would you do that? But that was a trick. The butler meant the B curtains. It's easy to mistake a hastily written B for the number 13. A gentleman always has good penmanship. Now, obviously, we've had puzzles like that before, but I think it was on One Future in the restaurant. It was something like that. So that's why, damn, I should have known that without having to take a look at a hint, but that's okay. Oh, so that's what he wanted. Thank you. Maybe now he'll be a little nicer to me. I'm happy to be of service. Just between us, this isn't the first time Dolan's handwriting has been hard to read. He used to have lovely penmanship, of course, like a poet. But now that Mr. Triton is mayor, Dolan has more responsibilities. Still, can't read what I can't read. I wish we could just do things the way he used to do them. Alright, let's head out of the home here.
Where are we headed, Luke? The Specter will appear tonight on Great Eli Street, or Ellie, Ellie Street, in the North Ellie District. That boy you met earlier said that we're evacuating an area. It seems that Dylan has given them my warning.
Luke, what's the fastest way to North Eli? Eli, whatever. Ellie, damn it.
There's an intersection past the boat landing. From there, we need to go north. I'll show you the way. That's the area the police blocked off, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I believe the police have been helping with the evacuation.
We saw a house earlier that had been destroyed by the Specter. Do you know anything about that?
Brock's house, you mean? Yes, it was attacked. No one was hurt, but his house was destroyed.
So, that was the Specter's handiwork. I certainly hope we can find help the people of Misthallery, Professor. I'm sure we'll find something useful in North Ellie, whatever. But first, I'd like to see all the damaged buildings. Has the Spectre attacked many areas around town, Luke?
I'm afraid so, Mr. Layton.
Let's go back to Brock's house. I would like to be certain that we don't miss anything the first time. All right, let's head on down then. But before we do so, talk to Bucky really quick. Hey, there's Luke, my boy. Glad to see you getting some fresh air, kid.
Oh, hello, Bucky.
Growing boys like you need to get outside and play. You trust old Bucky? You'll have a lot of fun playing outside with this.
Thank you very much, Bucky.
The toy train minigame. Okay. And a new course. Bucky's Train. Bucky gave you a toy train set. Toy train has been added to the professor's trunk. Lay down your tracks and let your train do the rest. Try and collect all the different courses. Well, you know damn well we're going to. Look at that look at these rugged overalls. They're perfect for boating. come back later for my boat ride. Right now, we're dealing with maintenance issues, but we'll be back up and floating soon. Be sure to stop by then. Alright, hold on. Let's take a look at this. Why am I yawning so much? Lay down tracks that will take the train through every station and then to the goal. Start from the colored number panel and drag your tracks across the course to the red goal panel. The train uses 1 unit of fuel for every piece of track. You'll need enough fuel for the tracks that you lay down. Crossing tracks you previously placed will create a T-shaped railway crossing. Each section must be passed in a specific direction. Some require you to place tracks horizontally, while others need vertical tracks. Pick up fuel at on the course to add to your supply gauge. Mountains, houses, and trees may block your path. Look out for cars and other trains, too. The colored starting panel is marked with the number of cars the train will pull. Place tracks carefully to avoid collisions with any obstacles. You may have to direct 2 trains at once. Both trains will share the same fuel gauge, so be careful. Well, that's dumb. Touch clear to remove all the tracks you've placed, and touch go after placing your tracks to set your train in motion. You'll get new courses as you go through the investigation. See what happens when you complete all the courses. Probably get those hard puzzles. So, okay, I mean, it's kind of like the toy car one a little bit. Let's try this out then. Hey there! So you're going to try out this course all Bucky made specifically for you? Get the train through all 3 stations into the goal, and I guarantee you'll feel as happy as a hippo in the mud. Alright. Well... Wait a minute. Oh, I was gonna say, where the hell do I go? Okay, so we start at 3. So we have 30 units. And we have to go through each station and then to the end goal. So... Ooh, don't do that. Oh. Oh, shoot. Okay, I see. Alright, because, like, you have to go through the station depending on if it's set vertically or horizontally. This seemed easy enough. Granted, it's the first course. I'm not sure if also there may be various other ways you can solve this. I'm sure you can, but you may be wasting more fuel, but, okay. Oh, this seems like it might be very interesting as we continue with this one. Choo-choo! Alright. Okay, well, we'll keep an eye out for those. Thank you, Bucky. Let's head back down. And there's Brock. He's just lost his mind. The Specter crushed my house. Now we got a flat. Beat that.
I'm sorry about your home.
It was lucky you weren't hurt.
It wasn't luck. The Oracle said the Specter was coming. That Oracle should become a meteorologist.
The police evacuated us out of here, sure, but what now? Why am I yawning so much? Stop it, damn it.
I think I let my Specter insurance lapse. Feel free to laugh at me anytime here, folks.
Laughing at a time like this can make some of us feel rather sad. True enough. Let's leave him. He needs time to deal with this. Luke, what other places were hit by the Specter?
There's a house east of the crossroads that is still being repaired.
Well, let's head there. Luke, after you.
All right, let's go.
Hey, a new episode's been added, Laughing Man. I guess we can take a look at that. Oops. Brock's house was completely demolished by the Specter, but he's not going to let that get him down. He believes that if he just keeps laughing, he'll be happy. Not really sure how healthy that is, per se, but...
Oh, how terrible. Just awful. I'm so sorry about your house, Brock.
Brock?
Brock, listen. We're We're going to rebuild your place, okay? If we all pitch in, we'll have your house rebuilt in no time at all. No. No what? I kind of like having a house with no walls, or ceiling, or house. It's almost like living on a beach. I could just sit out here in my swimsuit all day. Well, that's certainly one way to look at it. I could take a nap and get a nice suntan at the same time. I'll need a good book, though.
And just keeps on laughing. Alright. Well, let's go back to those crossroads. This time we will make a right. This is where the library was. However, we're going to continue going to the right here. And now we're at the East District.
Some houses along the canal were damaged by the Specter. Most of them have been repaired by now.
Is there any connection between the damaged houses?
What are you thinking, Professor?
Oh, nothing. Yet.
But you must be thinking about something.
We're going to need to gather a bit more information here, Emmy. Luke, where else can we see evidence of the attacks?
I'm sorry, but I think this is the only place that would have any damage remaining.
All right. Let's head to North Eli or Ellie to see if the Spectre will appear there next.
North Ellie is just north of the crossroads. I'll show you the way. I hope the police aren't still blocking the way.
I mean, they were when we were just there, but we'll see. Once again, because we're in a new area, three more hint coins. We're gonna have a one on the window all the way to the left. Not all the way to the left, not like this one, but this one here. There's one gonna be on the manhole cover on the right. And then finally, that building all the way to the right of the screen. There we are.
Hello, Thomas.
Right, little Luke Triton. I don't know what voice I'm giving him here. Where's your father today?
My father's at home.
I see. I wanted to ask you what I could have done to make your mother so angry with me. She always came by to talk over her travel plans, but this time she left without even a word. She must have had some reason that she didn't want to speak to me. And to go off alone? She always loved family vacations. Unless her and your father are fighting. Oh, sorry, Luke. I don't listen to me. I'm just babbling. Your parents get along better than anyone. You just let me know when your mom gets back in town.
She's been gone quite a while. I don't know when she'll be back.
Sometimes adults have to go do their own thing for a bit. She'll be home soon as spoiler rotten. Okay. Apparently there's a puzzle by these pipes.
That's odd. What's odd? I'm sure I just saw a mouse pop out from that pipe. Really? Cool. I've got a puzzle about rodents that I've been wanting to show someone. Would you like to try it?
Rat rations, 45 picarats. Oh wow, we're doing sliding puzzles already? Oh, you're not being held in very high regards with me, last Spectre. This rat has hid his key behind a supply of cheese. He's paranoid about it being found, so he wants to change his hiding place. The only problem is that his cheese is in the way. Can you help the rat move his key from the hiding place to the right to the matching space directly to the key's left? I mean, I'm sure I can in some degree, but... Actually... Can I? Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, I can't move any other block. You know, like this block. Whoa, wait, that is interesting. See, the other slide puzzles didn't do that. If there was a piece already in there, it wouldn't move along with it. That is interesting. Wow. Okay. Jeez. With that being said... Oh, man. It sucks 'cause I feel like I'm kind of close, but... No, we got it. Okay. Alright, yeah, so maybe my brain did get
I think I've got this
a
one.
little rewired for sliding puzzles. Maybe.
I did it, Professor.
Or maybe these are just easier. I don't know. Or maybe it's because I've been doing it for, like, on the kind of consistent basis since, like, October, since I started Curious Village. Maybe I'm just used to it a little bit? I don't know. How about some rest and a nice piece of cheddar as a payment for your hard work? Nom, 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 nom.
I swear I saw a mouse. I'm not imagining things. Misthallery doesn't have mice. Sorry, Emmy.
Luke, come on, man. Alright. Now we'll head back to the left, and we're gonna go to where Luke mentioned, north of the crossroads. And thankfully that cop isn't there, so up we go. That's a well-dressed man. Kind of looks like a scout leader or something. This is Warped Hill. Obviously we have 3 more hint coins. One's going to be in the chimney in the top left. One's going to be in that red mailbox there on the left. And the last one here is going to be kind of like in the shrubbery in the top right somewhere. Oh, there we are. Okay. So you, Scoutmaster, Mido, what do you have for us?
Hey there, tourists, eh?
Yes, well, something like that.
My name's Mido. Call me Mido. I won't go into details, but you should leave at once. Misthallery is dangerous right now. Sightseeing is not a good idea.
Are you referring to the Specter? If so, you needn't worry.
How do you know about the Specter? The legend of the Specter is not supposed to leave our borders.
We've been asked by Mayor Triton to investigate the affair.
The mayor? Really? Perhaps he's more competent than I thought. But how good are your deductive skills? Let me see your work here.
Downhill from here. Well, it's only 10 pick rats. Hopefully it shouldn't be hard at all. While this photograph shows 2 cyclists passing each other on a hill, the camera was tilted when it was taken, making the incline look completely flat. Can you tell which side of the photo is actually uphill? Tap whether A or B to enter for your answer. Well, I'm thinking... At first I was going to think, like, okay, is there any one of them that looks more exhausted by pedaling? And we got 2 things here. 2 things actually show off here. The lady on the left side, she's actually actively pedaling. But the guy on the right, he's not. Now, along with that, we see the cat on her the back of her bike and the rabbit in the back of his. That's I'm assuming that means to be the motion of the wind, or like also kind of like the speed that they're going. So the way that the cat's head is that way and the rabbit's ears are going the other way, it makes it seem like he's going toward the right. He's going downhill. Well, actually, maybe it doesn't really matter. I mean, even if he was going uphill, it would still do that, wouldn't it? I think the best way, well, like I said, is we see her actively pedaling when he's not. So uphill should be A.
I'll handle this one, Professor. You can't let a puzzle intimidate you.
The side marked A is uphill. The cyclist on the right doesn't have his feet on the pedals. That must mean he's letting gravity do all the work, and as he coasts downhill. There you go.
Ah, I see you've got some potential. Good news for us. Good luck on your investigation.
Can you tell us anything about the Specter?
Nope. But I do wonder why the Specter chose to show up now. We've had a problem with these sinkholes appearing lately. Seen some unnaturally thick fog, too. So many problems in our little town these days.
Strange mist. Whenever the Specter appears, the village is enshrouded in unusually thick fog. Is this also the work of the Specter? They say the fog is thick enough to completely obscure one's vision. Is it the Specter's doing? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe somebody has a fog machine that has it set to like an incredibly high thing. Who knows? Well, let's go on up.
This is North Alley. You're a great tour guide, Luke. You're as good as this as you are at delivering hidden messages. Hidden messages? Yes, like the one letter where you wrote "Help SOS." What was that all about?
I believe that test was intended for me. Luke here was hoping to find someone that he could trust. Because sometimes it's difficult to share secrets with those closest to you. It's always easier to speak with someone who understands you. Would that be fair to say, Luke?
Judging by his expression, I'd say you've impressed Luke with your powers of observation, Professor. Luke, is there something you'd like to tell us? You can trust us. I can't. Not now.
That's fine, Luke. We can wait until the time is right. For now, our hands are full with Specter. We need to find a place where we can safely observe the Specter.
The second floor of the Hotel of Great Alley looks down onto the street.
That is our next destination, then. Oh, look, we solved the mystery already. Now, did we really do it? But because I know freaking Unwound Future kind of threw me off on that one. Although, what's also kind of interesting, did we actually solve all the mysteries? Or maybe we did, but only a few of them actually explained the whole story. I guess I was expecting all the other mysteries to be the whole story, but maybe it didn't. The letter was actually written by Clark's son, Luke. He sought the professor's help and wrote in code so that his message would be safe from prying eyes. The letter within which Luke hid a secret message was intended to lead me to this town. And now that we're in North Alley Park, let's go ahead and grab some hint coins. One's going to be in the light fixture on the top of it on the left-hand side. One's going to be on the bottom of the bench, or underneath the bench. And finally, there's going to be one on the base of the light post on the right-hand side. There we are.
The evacuation order has been given. Move along now, nothing to see here.
Didn't we just see you elsewhere? And didn't you have a different voice? I don't remember what I'm doing anymore. How am I supposed to know who or what you just saw? Misthallery officers have the same uniform, helmets, and haircuts. Many of us are related as well. It's all by order of the Chief Jakes. But this isn't the time to discuss official regulations. I can't let you pass the water this way. You'll just have to get permission from either the chief or the mayor.
They have permission.
Mayor Triton's son is accompanying you. Well, that's a different matter then. He may pass. Tell your father I said hello, will you, son? Alrighty, well, now that he gave us access, let's go over there to the right. And now we're in the Great Alley Street, and there's that guy who looks like he's selling cars again. First off, the hint coins. We got one on the left-hand side. I don't know what that is on the road. I thought it was like a pipe or a can or something, but either way, there's one. One's going to be in the bottom right, the canal opening. And one's going to be in the middle window there on the right-hand side.
Ah yes, fate is kind to bring us together once more. I hope you are well, my friend.
Yes, we meet again. Is there something we can help you with?
You help me? Oh, that is rich indeed, my tall-headed friend. Say nothing, but tap that pipe there. Tap strong. You must tap 10 times or so. Any less, and I cannot help you.
The pipe, I'm assuming, underneath him. Oh, yeah, here we go. What the hell is that? Freaking, is that like a Mario block? A tiny fossil?
Yes, start a collection with that. Now, you just may discover an entire new passion. There are treasures hidden in odd places around town. Add these objects to your collection. Soon your collection will be grand enough to inspire many all across the land. These items are scattered about, so if you think a place suspicious, tap, 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 and then tap more.
I understand. Thank you. This is quite to my investigative liking.
Those are the words of a passionate gentleman. Let me reward you, good sir. Do you recall the bridge where fate first brought us together? Go to the wooden box there. Trust me. And now I shall take my leave. Final duty calls. Enjoy your tapping, my friends. This guy is something else.
Collection has been added to the trunk. Okay. You received the collection from Aldous. Collection is now available in the professor's trunk. Here you can store any rare items you find on your travels. Collect as many of these items as you can during your investigation. We now have a place to store items during our investigation. Now to the hotel on Great Elliott Street. I don't know, but I kind of want to take a look at this collection. So we got this tiny fossil. It is of a little monetary value, but it makes a striking paperweight. Interesting. So we have, wait, actually, how many do we have? Let me double check here. 3, 6, 8, 16, 20. So we're 24 items that we're going to be adding to our collection. So we will definitely keep our eyes out for that. With that being said and done, let's actually head on up. This gives us to a new area of the hat shop. Oh, Layton would love this. Actually, he's not going to replace the hat he has now, but still. Starting with ink coins, we got one in the fixture all the way in the top there, kind of in the middle. Then we got the, I don't know if it's a fire hydrant or a mailbox right underneath it in red. And then finally, the pipe or whatever. I guess they're all pipes that kind of stick out, but the pipe to the right-hand side. All right.
Sir, are you not aware of the evacuation order?
Oh, I'm going. Just let me get my things together. Well, but if I forget anything, my wife and son are going to be awfully mad. Good luck, sir. Please act quickly.
I mean, not to be rude, but his face is so dang droopy. Like, are you okay, dude? I wasn't going to make a terrible joke, but let's head on north. And here's the hotel.
Here's the hotel.
The area has been evacuated. Everyone should be gone, right?
Only one way to find out.
Before we find out, let's find those ink coins. One's going to be in the middle window on the top left. The other's going to be the signage of the hotel right there in the middle of the screen. And the other is going to be kind of directly to the bottom right of that, kind of shrubs. There we are. And if we take a good look at the tree here, there's actually a hidden puzzle.
It's a hidden puzzle.
Planet Cube, 60 Picarats. You're working on creating a map of a small cubical planet. The map has been folded out so the 6 sides lie flat. All you need to do is fill in the squares to complete the map. Rotate and place the pieces so that the roads on the assembled map all connect properly. There will be one piece left over at the end, of course. Oh boy. Okay. Well, this is probably going to suck major balls. And also the fact that these can be rotated as well, so let's see how that goes. It could go there. Frankly, it could go there too. At this point, I'm just kind of messing around to see what we can get out of all this. We need a piece that's gonna head down. So something like that, maybe. Now, this doesn't look... How do I know I'm actually doing it right? I mean, it's visualizing is going to be a pain in the ass, but even then, like say like this left block here, it doesn't look like it's even connecting properly to the one right next to it. And we might be able to say the same thing to the piece all the way on the right as well. Yeah, I feel like I don't even have the right pieces. Is there another one I can use? Could do that. That, I mean, it looks better, but... Yeah, but it just doesn't look good. I'm not happy with any of these, really, to be quite honest. Can't even tell which one I even used previously or not. Did we do that one? I honestly don't even know anymore. Ugh. I feel like I may have to look up a hint here because I'm just iffy. I'm kind of getting this one going. Let me try a little bit more before I decide to, like, really say I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my life. I feel like none of these actually fit, like, super properly. Like, that feels like a little misaligned. But even then, even with that being said, it could be just an issue with how I'm recording this, too. All right, let's take a look at a hint here. The only way to go about this is to try out each piece in turn. To proceed most effectively, try to find a starting piece with an unusual feature and work out how the others connect to that. I mean, the one of the pool, or the lake, is probably going to be the one that's going to be the most... striking, I guess. I mean, that seems okay. But then again, what the hell do I do in the bottom, though? Right now, the hard thing is trying to actually visualize this freaking cubed world. Like, it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, it's a cube. If this was like a larger thing, that may have been a lot worse. So trying to visualize it doesn't seem... doesn't sound like it'd be too daunting. But... it's still a little eh. Although now that I'm thinking about it, though, if this is gonna kind of like collapse on itself, this bottom piece, like here, I think it's gonna like loop around to what the piece should be underneath it. So I think with that actually being said, we actually want a long piece. But even then, it doesn't look like it's it would connect properly, and that's what I'm getting a little iffy on. I am gonna take a look at another hint because I'm not confident about this one at all. You may be tempted to only look at the roads. I mean, frankly, that's what I've been doing, but you'll find that there are too many choices. There are. Pay careful attention to the top edge of the piece that is already placed. There's no road leading away. What does that piece that connects there look like? Like of like a forested area, or like the outer edge of something. I'm I'm a little iffy. All right, guys, let me actually go ahead and keep looking at this. If I'm a little unsure, then I will. I'll just meet you guys back with the answer, I guess. Yep, this one was a mulligan because I was just having a hard time, like, really, really visualizing it. And funny enough, I actually was pretty damn close. And I actually did have the right piece here at the bottom. Now, to the game's points, like, oh, if I'm only looking at the roads, you know, that may not be correct. Because, like, that's why I was getting a little fudged up here. I'm like, if this is be a long road, it's not, doesn't seem like it's going to lead back to it. However, with this orientation, what we have here, it actually should work out correctly.
This took some creative thinking.
Yeah, I definitely
A gentleman leaves no
didn't like
puzzle
that
undone.
one. These hidden puzzles in the main story can be really damn stupid, in my opinion. Well, my opinion, obviously, but your sweet little cubic planet map is not complete. One good puzzle deserves another, and there's always another. Alright, let's go inside the hotel. I don't see anyone here.
There's a bell on the counter. Let's see if anyone answers it.
But first, we must look for those ink coins. One's going to be on the blue, I don't know if you're going to call that guest book, notepad, whatever, but it's going to be on the left-hand side. There's also one on the carpet in front of the receptionist desk. And finally, one on the ceiling fan light on the top right. Oops. There we go. There's one of the light bulbs there. Now let's go ahead and ring that bell. Are you drinking on the job?
Well, finally, some guests. Can I get you folks a room?
Sir, you must be aware that you are at risk today. Have you not received an evacuation order?
Evacuation order? I thought we had more cancellations than usual. As the owner of this establishment, I have no intention of leaving.
The Specter's coming tonight. You won't be having any guests.
Well, let the blasted Specter come. He can put down a deposit just like everyone else. Besides, where's there to run to? The Specter won't be leaving Misthallery anytime soon.
Perhaps not, but at least you'll be safe.
Did you ring the bell to get a room or to badger an old man into abandoning his business? I suggest you refrain from telling me to go elsewhere unless you'd like me to tell you the same.
I suppose that's logical. We would like a room, please.
Actually, you look pretty sophisticated, folk. Maybe you could help me with something. Like this puzzle, I guess.
Room check. You need to check all 12 rooms in the hotel. You want to be as efficient as possible and make your rounds without entering the same room twice. There is a number you can use to help you remember a route so that you can check every room quickly with no backtracking. What is that number? Okay. Well, can I draw on this? I can't, but I could memo it. So, we've seen puzzles like this before where, like, it doesn't ask for, like, a number per se, but it does ask us, like, to try going through each room in such a way to, without crossing others. We've had something like this before. So, if we start here, and I just noticed, too, there's no, place to enter here, so we can't necessarily, like, try leaving from there. So in that case, let's start from going there and head down. I'm trying to visualize this. I don't think there's any point of actually heading to the right in any capacity because that means we have to be crossing back into here. So I think it's going to be like this. And yeah, we'll just go around again. Oh, look, there's a number right there. 25. That was very easy.
A challenging
If there was
puzzle,
more
to be
rooms,
sure.
that would have been, I think, a crappy one.
No puzzle is without an answer.
Great. If you complete a circuit in the shape of the number 25, you can check all the rooms efficiently.
That's all there is to it? Oh, how could I ever lose sleep over that? Tell you what, take room 302. Best city view in the district, right up the stairs.
You're too kind. Thank you. And apparently you want to have some fun. You keep ringing the dingin'. Well, keep ringing the dingin'. That's a quote. Anyway, now we can head upstairs. And now that we're in the guest room hall, we can grab another 50 coins. One's going to be in the very left-hand corner of the screen, kind of like to the left of the actual archway. There we are. One's going to be in the light fixture right in the top, in the middle. And one's going to be like in that bottom right panel, underneath where it says 301. The brown panel square right down here. Okay. And they say 302, and 302 is just down the hall. Room 302. Here we are.
This is great. We can see the entire block from here. We'll have a front row seat for the Specter.
Well, we know that thick fog comes along with Specter. I hope the fog won't obscure your view. Oh, yeah. We're actually done with the chapter, which is actually really good timing because not only is it well, yeah, we're ending the chapter, but it's also just about over an hour or so. So, now I highly doubt we're going to do like a chapter or video, but I think we're just getting lucky here in terms of how this is going. I do not know how many chapters are in this game, so that's just a heads up there.
We still have some time before the sun sets.
Would you mind giving us a quick tour of North Ellie, Luke?
You want to go sightseeing? Now?
Well, not exactly, but if the Spectre appears, I would like to be familiar with the way of the land.
Oh, of course. Well then, we should go before it gets dark. Scouting is a key step in a proper investigation. How exciting.
Sorry for some audio hitching here and there.
This is not exciting. The Spectre is very dangerous business.
I know that. It can still be exciting. But taking this investigation very seriously, Luke. Let's all keep in mind how important it is to have a clear head during an investigation, lest we miss a clue. Keep calm and carry on. Leave it under duress. It is the way of the English gentleman. And lady.
The way of the English gentleman.
And lady. Now, let's get going. All right. Well, like I said, that is going to be it for us today. Next time, we will delve into Chapter 3, and I guess take a little bit of a tour around Misthallery and North Ellie, and see what happens. I mean, once again, still have a lot of questions. A lot. Because my big thing here is, if this is, the first time we're, meeting Luke, well, outside being a baby, I'm hoping we get to learn way more about the relationship between everybody. And frankly, a lot of things that were kind of just glanced over in the original trilogy, why the hell can Luke speak with animals? You know what? Now I'm thinking about that. Whatever happened to Subject 3, and we never knew about Subject 2, they made sentient animals, and we just kind of forgot about it? Anyway. As usual, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time for Let's Play Professor Layton and the Last Spectre. Love you all so much, and don't forget to spread that love around. Have a great day, everybody.